There's a new handmade seller platform out there to sell your handmade goods. Drones delivering packages, so don't freak out if you start to see them. And some killer trends for 2023 that I want to talk about so you guys are ready to capitalize on them. That and more on this episode of Seller News. Let's go. Hey everyone, what is going on? Welcome back to the Handmade and Beyond podcast and the special Friday Seller News segment that I like to bring to you guys whenever I have relevant and pertinent information to help you guys with your handmade and your Etsy businesses. I'm your host, LL. Glad to be here with you guys as usual, and I am back with another great episode for you guys. Lots of good stuff packed into this one that will help you with your handmade and your Etsy businesses. And I'm going to dive right in. I'm going to jump right in and start this off by telling you about a new handmade seller platform out there. And I know there's been a bunch that have tried to compete with Etsy and are still trying to compete with Etsy and have pretty much gone down in flames. So I don't know if this one's going to be any different or not, but I'm going to tell you about it nonetheless so you can check it out. It is My Community Made is the actual selling the name of the sales platform, and it's specific to handmade sellers. So it is pretty new. They launched not too long ago, and I know they're competing with Etsy. Amazon has a handmade selling portion of their business now. Go Imagine is another newer one that launched in the last couple of years that's trying to compete. All those are pretty much the same. They're really struggling to get traffic, and this is not going to be any different. It's really hard to get the amount of traffic that Etsy or eBay or Amazon gets. They are pretty much powerhouses now. So really what you have to do, their biggest struggle is, in my opinion, is to get traffic. But how do you do that? You have to really teach the public what their platform is and bring kind of the public eye around the platform. And that's really hard to do when people's habits are already built in. They're already used to going to Etsy, Amazon, these other platforms. So we'll see how they do, but I want to tell you about it so you can check it out. It seems pretty good, but like I said, they got a long way to go. So it's basically an e-commerce platform that's led by Fisher Tech Solutions, which really is a web development company. So it's kind of interesting, their background. So they should be able to come to the table with strong built-in SEO features and back-end features. That remains to be seen. I haven't tested or tried the platform out, but I'm letting you guys know that it's out there and you can test it out if you want to put another line in the water. I wouldn't completely go and delete your shop from Etsy or another platform, but hey, it's worth a shot. It's worth checking out just to kind of see how it is. But it's going to take a little while, I'm sure, for them to get momentum. So they're trying to compete with, like I said, Etsy. They want to attract crafters, handmade sellers specifically. They are trying to solve the challenge that handmade sellers face, which is starting a website or a business and not being able to get momentum, get sales, get traffic. So they're trying to help alleviate that while alleviating a lot of the high fees. They have a free version where you can upload listings completely free. They're trying to have manageable and low fees. I don't know what all the fees are. I'm sure at some point they do have some fees, but I know they have a free version that you guys can set up and launch. As of now, they have like 1,000 registered users and 700 handmade products, which is a drop in the bucket compared to the competitors. But you got to start somewhere, right? You got to get off the ground and start attracting more and more people, word of mouth. I'm sure this will grow definitely more than that. So really, their focus is mass produced, not having mass produced items, truly handmade items. Whereas Etsy's got a little bit further away with that. They add production partners now. And obviously eBay and Amazon can have mass produced items too. So they want to be strictly handmade. They want to, it's heavily moderated, and this only applies to US sellers. So if you're in the UK or Australia or wherever else, sorry guys, it's only for US sellers. I'm sure that's so they can moderate it a little bit better. And they are, again, focusing on only handmade stuff. It has to be one of a kind handmade items. So I don't know what their vetting process is, but they're supposed to be strictly monitoring and vetting their stuff. And they're saying that you should have tools to have complete control over your SEO and keywords and driving traffic. Uh, so we'll see. We'll see how it grows. It is out there if you want to check it out. You guys can just type in Google My Community Made platform or My Community Made, and it will show up. I'll also include a link below so you guys can check out this new platform and see if it's maybe right for you. You want to test it out, pop a few items on there, see how it does. I always say it's not a bad thing to put a couple of lines in the water, but you can't completely derail yourself. If you're building your business and you're seeing growth, don't completely derail that business to jump to the newest, freshest, best thing. Give it a shot, dedicate an allotted amount of time to kind of test it, see how it goes. And it may be one of those things where it may take off for you. I did the same thing back in the day. I was primarily an eBay seller. I sold only on eBay. I found this Etsy thing. I started small, started making some sales, started to take off, and I ended up completely moving all of my stuff from eBay to Etsy and selling very minimally on eBay. I still use eBay, still a good source of revenue, but it's not my primary source of revenue. I moved away from that as I gradually grew on Etsy. So you guys can do the same thing, whatever's right for your business. All right, moving on to the drones. So Amazon has, I'm sure you guessed that it was Amazon doing drones, right? They have officially started testing their drone delivery service. So I know it's 2023. We were supposed to have flying cars and all that stuff, but drones, I guess, are the next best thing. It's kind of funny. I saw this the other day. This movie Zardoz in the 70s was set in 2023, and this is the type of outfits that they wore. I'm gonna pop it up here, which is completely hilarious. It's Sean Connery in this outfit. So we don't have flying cars, but thank God we don't have these outfits. Maybe someone somewhere is wearing this type of outfit, but it's not very prevalent, so that's good. Anyway, so they started their drone delivery service, testing that out in California and College Station, Texas. So if you're in those areas, you may see some drones flying around delivering packages. And they predicted the vice president, sorry, of Prime Air. What's his name? Cohen. He believes that by 2030 they're going to be delivering 500 million packages a year with drones. So that's going to be crazy. But there's still some there's still a long way to go logistically. And one of the biggest logistic problems is the fact that the FAA rather has banned drones from being flown over main roads. So you cannot fly a drone or have a delivery drone fly over a main road for safety reasons. In case the drone's battery dies, it falls in the road, people hit it and they wreck, and it's a big problem. So that is a logistical nightmare, considering how do you use drones that don't go cross roads unless you build tunnels underneath the roads or something. I don't know how they're not gonna cross a road going to a house to deliver something. So that's a big battle. And they actually said in this article that Ford has filed for a patent for technology to recognize and divert from drones. So that's pretty cool. So the cars will basically recognize that there's a drone close and actually change the pathway or be able to miss the drones. If there's falling drones or attack drones or whatever, they're going to be able to avoid the drone. So there's technology out there. There's companies that are already getting ahead of the game, but this is really interesting. I thought it was important to mention just because you're in the e-commerce space, you're in the selling space. How is this going to change, packages being delivered for all e-commerce platforms out there, for all sellers out there? Is this something that the major postal services are going to adopt? Are going to license that technology and be able to use that technology for their platforms as well? Maybe. So it could be one of those things to benefit us all at some point. Either way, it's pretty crazy that this is where we're at with delivery drones. But Amazon's aim is always getting stuff fast. With these drones, they can deliver stuff within an hour, which is pretty crazy. I know where I'm at. A lot of times I can get stuff the same day if I order it in the morning. So it's really hard to believe you can get stuff that fast. And that's why people it's good and bad. That's why people get really annoyed really easily when they don't get their packages right away. So it's important for you as sellers to have quick processing times, or at a minimum stick to your processing times, because late Late stuff will, make people angry, and that's the easiest way to get a bad review. So it's making it harder. Making it harder in terms of setting expectations for all of us. That they got to get this stuff out fast, which is harder for handmade sellers because you got to. A lot of stuff is made to order, but it is what it is. Just do the best you can. All right, moving on, guys. This is the main topic that I wanted to get to today, and that is 2023 trends. Etsy released a trend report. I'll put a link below so you guys can see all the trends. I'm going to pull out some of the best trends, some of the easiest trends I think for us to adapt this year, and kind of talk a little bit about each so that you guys can look at your niche, look at your business. Is there anything that you can pull out of this trend report, adapt it to what you're selling, apply it, create new listings to capitalize on trends? Trends is a great way to continually grow your business. So you're not just maintaining. If you want to see growth year over year, capitalizing on trends and seasonal items, holiday items is the best way to do it. So this is going to be absolute really good information for you guys to use for your Etsy business. So the first is encouraging words, obviously centered around the brand new year, motivation, goals, keeping people inspired, motivated. So whatever you're selling, if you're incorporating some type of motivational element, optimism, inspiration, on wall art, clothing, on mugs, stickers, planners, all that stuff, incorporate that into your business or try to. If it fits, it's a great way to capitalize on the encouragement, motivational trend, especially going into the new year. Nice thing about that trend is going to be the same year in and year out. Every January, February, people are looking to be motivated, inspired. New year, I want to do all the new good things. I want to go to fitness. I want to go to the gym. I want to go to the gym for a month and then quit. No, I'm just kidding. Hopefully that's not true for you, but it does happen. But I want to get motivated. I want to change my diet, change my health, get back on track. So it's a good time of the year to capitalize on that stuff. The next one is budgeting and planning. Planners, guides, budgeting guides. It goes along with the new year. I want to get control of my money. Also, tax season is coming and budgeting. So all the new year stuff when it comes to money and budgeting and getting control of that. So think about that and what you can do as far as focusing on budgeting and planning for 2023. And Etsy did say that they saw a 206% year over year increase for the search term monthly budget. So it's always going to be popular, but it seems like for whatever reason, year over year, it's even more popular, probably because prices are rising for everything. And we need to figure out a budget to save some money here and there. All right, the next one, this one is pretty obvious. That is Valentine's Day. So things like flowers, jewelry, gifts, chocolates, all things like that. Whatever you're selling, capitalize on Valentine's Day. It's a great way to make some extra sales. The nice thing about Valentine's Day is most stuff can be applied as a gift. So you can change your keywords to capitalize on, Valentine's Day gift for a woman, Valentine's Day gift for a man. Usually, well, in all cases, either a man or a woman is buying your stuff, or at least they identify as one or the other, is buying your stuff on Etsy. So you can change your keywords to capitalize on Valentine's Day for one or the other, depending on what you're selling. The next one is Mother's Day, another obvious one, Mother's Day gift. Obviously, this applies to all the moms out there. So gift for mom, best gift for mom, Mother's Day gift. Those are all good keywords to use. But think about what you're selling. Is it something that people will be buying for their mom for Mother's Day to give to their mother? A lot of things will fall into that category. Can you create products specific to Mother's Day with Mother's Day sayings, Mother's Day, Mother's Day sentimental things? There's a lot you can do there for Mother's Day. Another great holiday to capitalize on with your business. All right, the next one is cozy vibes. So cooler temperatures are here. So you can think of things that people want to wear to keep cozy. Throw blankets, if I can spit that out. Things to keep warm. Things centered around fireplaces. Accessories, pajamas, different things like that. Different decor for the room that is cozy. Quilts, different soft textures. Etsy said that they saw a 96% year-over-year increase in cozy room decor. So look on Etsy, see what other people are selling to kind of give you an idea of the vibe. Does your niche fit that vibe? Can you create stuff to focus on the cozy vibe? The next one is pet-centric designs. This is a big one. People love their pets. There's no question that people love their pets more now than ever. Pets are a part of the family. I have 2 Pekingese. I love them to death. A lot of the things we do in our house, well, not a lot. I mean, I don't want to say a lot, but a portion of the things that we do in our house is centered around our pets. Their bedding, where they're sleeping, where they hang out, their toys, different things like that. You can create products that capitalize on that. Maybe that's for the pet, maybe it's accessories, maybe it's designs centered around the pet. If you want to create a special type of wallpaper that's for pets, room decor that's for their area. Our dogs have a specific area where they sleep at night. Maybe you want to help create a space for them. Either way, the pet market is $1 billion industry. It's not going anywhere, so it's always good to incorporate pet type stuff with whatever your niche is. A big portion of my business is centered around, pets, dogs, and different sayings that I offer on graphic tees. So that is one thing that you can think about incorporating in your business as well. All right, so the other one is metallic design. So Etsy saw a 56% year-over-year increase in space age furniture. So I think this kind of goes back with the retro vibe. The retro vibe is alive and well. 70s stuff is back. They had a lot of really space age type metallic furniture. So think about chrome accent decor, iridescent vases, metal statement lighting, vintage glassware. Basically 70s space age decor. It's hot right now. So if you sell furniture, you make tables, you do light fixtures, you can capitalize on that trend and get in the game and start selling some space age decor, space age furniture. The next one is centered around style, and it's throwback, again, vintage style. 90s stuff is really big, so motorcycle aesthetics is big. Racer jackets, punk jackets, different things like that. They're saying that there was 107% year-over-year increase in the search term racing jackets. So I know racing jackets are cool. I have a leather type racing jacket that I wear and that I've had for years. So I got ahead of this trend. I started doing this a decade ago. But I do love the 90s, 80s and 90s. I love those trends. If you want to capitalize on it with clothing or sayings or throwback pieces, it's always a good thing to work into your motif of what you're selling. But that is it, guys. Another one that they mentioned is like 90s blazers and different things like that. So anything 90s, whether it be sayings and nostalgia type pieces, referencing the 90s is really big. So think about how you can incorporate that in your business. But those are the big trends that I kind of wanted to focus on. There's a lot more on there. Some of them are a little bit more kind of obtuse than others, but it will give you a good idea of, think about it in terms of your business, how you can incorporate it, whether it be changing some of your keywords, offering new products, new product lines that you haven't offered before. But there's definitely some gold nuggets in there if you listen to what they're telling you. You don't have to do it all. You don't have to do most of it, but you can pick out maybe a couple of things from there that you want to capitalize on in your own business for 2023 to get you guys going. The key dates for this first quarter to keep in mind too that you can use to capitalize on keywords, create new products is New Year's Day, which is already passed, but you can still capitalize on New Year's type motivational stuff, which I talked about earlier. February 1st is Black History Month. February 14th, Valentine's Day. March 1st is Women's History Month. March 17th, St. Patty's Day is always a big one. A lot of stuff you can do for that. March 19th is UK Mother's Day. And I'll put these dates below. Think about how you can incorporate different things and capitalize on the traffic that's going to come for these dates and focus on that to help grow your business. But that is it, guys, for this episode of Seller News. Hopefully that helps you guys out. Hopefully it helps you strategize and plan There's some gold nuggets in there so that you guys can have a successful 2023. I'll be back really soon with another good episode to help you guys out. I got a lot of stuff coming your way this year to hopefully help you explode your business going forward. That's it. Have an amazing rest of your day.